Shalom. All praise to the Most High. Yehovah, Yehoshua. This is YYBY. You know me, I get straight to the point. So, the number one thing is that the 12 things. What is 12? Yeah, 12 things right now that I like. Simple things, big simple things. All right, the number one thing is that built-in surround pan. So, as you can see, each track have a mixer right here, have like a turn knob. So when you go to, I'm gonna go through these real quick, man. So when you go get a music file, I'm gonna just grab anything. I won't play it. Music file, you click right here, you drop it right here, and turn that off. You notice that where the beat at. Hold on, what the hell is going down? Why I do that for? I gotta change the thing. Hold on. Nah, I didn't do that one on there too. I don't know why I didn't do it on that, but anyway, I gotta figure that out. But as you can see, this turns to stereo. You got the width, and you could turn this wave file, change the width of it, make it bigger or smaller. And sometimes when you make it wider, you make it to where you're able to fit the vocals inside. Like the vocals fit right in the middle of it, you know? So I love that. It's already on the track. All right, another thing I like is that synth effects. So not only you got 8, we got 1 through 8. The dope thing about this is that you don't have to, you can actually pan this left and right or what side you want that effect to touch the vocals or the sound. Okay? And then you got the volume level right here, how loud you want it to be. So the sound, so a reverb don't always have to be exactly on the vocals. It could be to the left of the speaker or to the right of the speaker. You feel me? It don't gotta be exactly on top of the vocals. So when you do it that way, you know, you can hear the vocals. The vocals is more clarity, and the reverb is not overpowering the vocals, and you still can turn the vocals. I mean, the reverb up loud or down low, stuff like that. So you can pan this left and right, you know, based on the position you want it to sit. I like that. Control room, overall level. When an artist say, "Yo, turn my mic up," or turn the beat up, if you got all these set perfectly, you don't have to turn none of these up. You can just turn this up right here. Turn the volume up on that joint. And so how you connect this, you got to go to rack, and you got to go to right here. Because normally it's like this. It's normally disconnected to right here. In default. You take that loose, connect that right here, save it as a template. So now you can always come in and control the master level, which come in handy. Another thing I like is color connect to buses. So for example, I got these tracks. Say I got, select these tracks right here, and I'm gonna color these, yellow. These are my vocals. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send them to a bus, right? So now, what I like about this is that even though these is one color, okay, cool. My bus is orange. What I like is that they have a nice size orange square that sit right exactly on top of the tracks it's controlling. So when you put effect on this bus track or inserts or whatever, it affects all these tracks. We know that. But I like the simplicity of it, the size of it. And then if you say, vocal bus, it's right there. It's easy. It's right there. It's not small. It's not medium. It's not small like this. It's the right size. And that's great, man. They come in handy. That's very simplicity. It's simple, but it make a lot of sense. To each his own, but for me, that make a lot of sense. Um, I also love dim 20 dB right here, this option. So if you're in a situation where you're recording artists, recording groups, bands, so on and so forth, you're in the studio where you got a booth, and or somebody walk in, and you don't want to turn the music down, you don't want to turn this down, what you wouldn't, you might don't want to turn the level of your volume down, your audio interface, you might don't want to do none of that. So the first thing you do, you just select 20 dB, and it kind of minimized the music a little bit. It minimized the music a little bit. Hey, yo, Jalen, son. Yo, do me a favor. Bring me a beer up. Put that in the trash and bring me a beer right quick. All right. So you can so it turns the volume down on that part. So I like that. The sixth thing I like is the gain knob sitting already on the mixer. The gain knob sitting right here. And I'm going to tell you why this is very important. When you're recording vocals, right? You got artists who rapping, like this and all that. Then they get loud. And what happens that you might have the level perfect on the mic volume on your audio interface, right? You might have that perfect. Thank you. I'm going to check. Yeah, leave those. I'm going to check those out. You might have the audio perfect on the volume, but it might be too loud. So when they get loud, it peaks, right? It peaks. So when it peaks, it shoot up. And now you got to redo that recording over. You got to do that recording completely over. You don't want that. So you turn the volume down at a 20 dB, 24. I say 24. So even if they get loud, it never peaks, but it's still at a certain, right level. It's at a good level where it's no noise floor. It's you don't hear all the hissing when you turn the volume up. Because me on my tracks, I got a gate for that. The gate already set, as you can see. The gate set perfectly. When you come in, the gate closed, the gate open, close, open for the sound. So when I clean my tracks, I don't have too much to worry about because the gate already set perfectly. But so to add extra volume to that, instead of turning this up, you keep this where it's at because this is the beat and this is the vocal levels because the beat is more powerful and mastered than the vocals. The vocals are new. You turn the volume of the gain up. You turn the volume of the gain up. When you turn the volume of that up, now you get the extra volume of the vocals so you can hear it better through the mic. And then if they say turn my mic up, but the volume might be perfect with the beat when you play everything back after they record, you don't have to change none of this. You could just turn the master room, control room out, level up until it's time to mix or export everything out. Another thing I like, master compressor. This right here. I have this on automatically. It give it an extra oomph. It make the vocal, it make the beat. When you're making the beat, it make the music sound as a whole already. A lot of the times, I used to mix. I'm mixing, putting it together, making it sound good. Before I master, I put like a nice little soft compression, like a bus compressor. And sometimes when you put that on there, it sounds different. You're like, damn, I got to go back and pan this. I got to pan that. Let me change that, change this. A, B, and C, boom, 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 which is cool. But if you already got this on, right? And you hearing everything, how it sound real time. So it's easy for you to mix it. So when you play it back, you already got this compressor on, and it's doing this work. And it's a light, it's a light setting that I have on here. And so you listen, it makes it louder, it makes it more, it thumps more. Because when you making music, especially beats, you want to be in that vibe, you want to be in that mode, you want to be feeling yourself, like how I got my glasses on inside of a room. Like I'm really outside in the sun. I'm feeling myself right now, right? So you might want to be in that mode, looking at the screen. That's why it's very important for clarity. Reasons doing this 4K thing, because it's very important for the clarity to enjoy what you're looking at over and over and over. You want to feel the vibe. You might want to dim the lights a little bit when you mixing. You might want to turn the lights up, brightness when you playing, when you creating. You might got some buns in the studio, some sisters or whatever, and they feeling the vibe. So everything, every little thing matters, from colors. So all this matters when you creating, and this is what you want. So not to get off the subject, but that's the whole point. What I'm saying. Also, I like what it's called. If I link any knob, well, reasons. If I link this knob to my keyboard, which I have a keyboard right here, I don't know if you can see it right here. So I have a few knobs on it. So if I want to do automation, I want to link these certain knobs on it. When I select right here, edit remote, and I turn this knob, okay, now I'm turning this. What I like about this is that based on what keyboard you got, you only have a selective knobs. No matter if you have the most expensive keyboard, you might have 8 knobs plus 3 banks. So that's 8 times 3, So, but if you're doing more tracks than that, you ran out of tracks. So I don't too much focus on that. I like a keyboard simple with less knobs. So if I'm using this knob like this and I'm turning this, and I did what I did on it, and I want to use the same knob, or happen so to use the same knob on something else, like for example, like say this track right here. I get this and press that. If I turn this knob, the same knob, and press OK, it'll let me know, this has been used on something else. So I can press replace. The reason why that's good, because sometimes if you got one knob connected to a whole bunch of stuff and you're about to automate one thing, you might automate a whole bunch of other stuff. You don't realize what the hell you don't effed up. You don't realize what you messed up. You like, what the hell that come from? What does it sound like? Why does it sound like this? And you don't realize that the knob that you was turning, it was connected to a whole bunch of other things. Now you got things over here. You got this over here. You got that over here. So on and so forth. You're like, come on, man. Like, now you got to figure out what the problem is. So that's a good notification to let you know that. As we know, I'm not going to do it, but pitch correction, simplicity, as you can see. Pitch correction on this simple. Now, I got Melodyne 5. Yes, I got Melodyne 5. It's bread. I paid a little money for it, man. And it's a dope software, man. It's powerful. It's powerful, but the problem that I have with it is that even when I was using inside Studio One, it was sometimes it will it just slow everything down. It start moving sluggish. I don't have that problem when I'm using Reason. It's no sluggish when you're using anything on here. Simplicity, straight to the point. Now, Melodyne got more options, but this straight to the point of all the important options. From the snap, jump, find, correct, straight to the point to get what you need done. And another thing I like about it is, like, when you go to a note, at the end of it, you could just move it real quick and stretch that note out. When you use a Melodyne, you got to go through some other options, and you just can't go to it and just think you're just gonna move it. It won't happen. You got like, damn, I gotta remember which option was it that I can change and move this and slide this to the right. And you gotta click up here and click and try all of them. And a lot of times I forget. I'm like, damn, when this is one of the number one things that people would do in pitch correction is either go like this, stretch, or go up and down. Go up and down on pitch correction and that. So that should be already simplicity. It shouldn't be have to you go to something else and go into this and change that. No, man. So that's dope. Now let's go out this. Easy automation. Studio One automation is so easy, and you can automate just about any damn thing. Um, Go to the rack. I can click this. I can send it to my keyboard, my knob on my keyboard, or I can just press edit automation. I don't got to worry about read, write, those options, because some DAWs where you have to you got to select write, then turn the knob like this. Then you got to select read just to play back what you've done. On here you don't do that. No. Once you select edit automation and you turn that knob, it would record down here and you just press playback and it would play it. Just that simple. It would play it. And you can automate just about any knob. And that's another thing I want to tell y'all. Like, you can also redo just about anything you do on here. So if I turn this knob, I press Control Z, it would turn that. If I turn this knob, you can press Control Z, it would turn that. I think if I'm sorry, I'm tripping. If I press bypass, right, and press Control Z, it would bypass that. Like, bypass, like, mute buttons and certain things like that, so on and so forth. I don't know if it'll, let me select snap and see if it'll do that. I doubt it. Okay. So, it redo just about anything action you do. Some DAWs, you might change the volume. You might go on here, for example, you might change the volume of this, like something like this, right? And then open up the VST instrument on the rack, and you might change something like this, and you be like, damn, I made a mistake. But as soon as you press Control Z, it won't change this back, but it'll go back and change the knobs on the mixer. Like, that's stupid. That's a stupid idea. Who came up with that? Like, out the pack default, when you press Control Z, it should rewind everything back that you changed, no matter where it's at on a DAW. No matter where it's at, what knob, plug in, it don't matter. Change it back. See, let me try mode. Let me try record source. I doubt it would do this. Let's see. Control Z. Even bring that back. Because this is very important, because I'm telling you, you will F around and press some damn buttons, man. You press buttons, you don't realize what you press, and you trying to figure out what the hell you did wrong, you don't realize it. And now you don't stop your process trying to figure out the problem when you just could have pressed Control Z a few times and went back and passed that mistake. But since some DAWs don't redo everything, you will skip that problem. That's what I'm saying. The last thing I want to talk about is beat map. Yes, beat map. Man, that's a creative thing, man. You drop this baby in right here at Kong, and you get that other effect that players, and you get that beat map. You drop that on top of that joint. When you don't, you didn't think your creativity is, you can't think of nothing. When in a situation you can't think of nothing, you don't know where you might go with the situation, the music, and you need an idea with your drums. Even though I play my drums naturally from the keyboard and the drum pad, but when you got this come up with some crazy ideas, especially when you got this joint right here, the spawn. When you click this, it changed. It noticed, if you look on here, it changes all these. It changed all the knobs up. and move it around. So first, let me pick something first. You press spawn, it changes the knobs up. It changes this around first, and you click, RND Destiny. It changes the knobs. It changes them, make these move a certain way, and the spawn move this around and make the drums play a different way. So you come up with crazy ideas real quick. Before you know it, you creating something. The workflow. So yeah, that's about it. That's my things. That's my big small things. More to come. If you have any questions, hit me up. This is YYBY. Shalom.